Hi everyone, it's Kieran here at Magical Traveller. Hope you're having a great day. And today I am once again joined by my friend over APT Travelmarvel, Becky, who has very kindly come on stage to share a little bit more information with us about sailing on small ships in Croatia. So Becky, if you would just like to firstly introduce yourself and say hello to everyone.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me today, Kieran. Really appreciate being here. I'm Becky. I've worked for APT and APT Travelmarvel now for nearly 5 years. I work very closely with our wonderful trade partners like Kieran to make sure that he knows all there is to know about our wonderful and incredible products in terms of small ship cruising, river cruise, and also escorted touring as well.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, Becky. And what we're going to talk about today is something that originally did appeal to me, but not as much. I'm a big ocean cruise fan. I definitely like the biggest ships and I like kind of all the singing, the entertainment and all that type of stuff. But I recently sailed Croatia and the Adriatic coast and absolutely fell in love with the region. It is such a beautiful part of the world to sail. And I'm now converted that the best way to kind of immerse yourself into that destination is to do it on a smaller ship where you can kind of go off and kind of get into the smaller ports, the smaller towns that maybe the larger ocean liners can't get into. So what we're going to talk about today as well is kind of the APT and the Travelmarvel small ship cruise experience in Croatia as well. So Becky, I don't know if you want to kind of, where's the best place to start, I guess, on what kind of you guys have to offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So we introduced small ship yacht cruising in 2021 for sale for 2022. And the moment that we introduced this wonderful product, it just went crazy.
I
Everybody
bet.
was
Yeah.
thinking, oh my goodness, what is this wonderful product? And it's been an absolute wonder to watch. I think the reason it's been so successful is because it's a smaller ship. Like you've just mentioned, you can get into those smaller towns,
Yeah.
towns, villages, and cities, and you're not sailing at night as well. So
Mm.
you're actually docked in the port overnight, so you can go in and
Amazing.
enjoy the Croatian
Yeah.
hospitality before coming back to your ship. The great thing as well with us is we do have two styles of travel. So we do have the APT luxury style of travel, which is very much a fully inclusive, very much a handheld product. So you get everything included from pick up from home, from drinks on board the ship served at your discretion, from all your food, from all your excursions. And of course, the ship itself, the Lady Eleganza, is a 5-star luxury yacht. She's an absolute beauty. She's the only ship of her size that is permitted to sail into the Bay of Kotor. She has got a wonderful swimming platform at the back, so you can do those ocean swims when you drop anchor within the Adriatic. And it is just the most spectacular experience. I think people are really warming to this, concept of cruising because it is a smaller vessel, so you're only going to have 34 people maximum on the APT luxury ship in total. And also cruising around the Adriatic, the seabed is actually quite flat and it's quite sheltered as well. So it's not sort of going to get all those, hugely terrible weather conditions or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
great for ocean swimming. The water stays really warm as well,
Mm.
throughout the season. So people can really, have that millionaire experience of being, as they feel it would be, their own yachts when
Yeah.
they're sort of anchored off the coast of Kirk or, Dubrovnik or something like that. So that's APT luxury in a nutshell. But then we also do have our wonderful Travelmarvel version as well, which is a premium 4-star version. And this is on our beautiful Princess Eleganza. Now, she is a beautiful ship. She is 5 years old, and she had a full refurb last year. So she is looking absolutely beautiful. The thing with Travelmarvel though is that you get a little bit more of a free, bit more free time within this product. So you still get a number of inclusions, but you also get a nice balance of free time as well.
I think definitely it gives people choice, isn't it, at the end of the day, of do you want kind of that curated experience where you kind of, as you say, handheld throughout the whole beginning to the end process, or are you somebody who kind of wants to make sure you've got that amazing base to kind of go off and explore from, but then you still have that free time to go off and explore independently as well. It's down to just the type of traveler you are. Everyone likes to travel differently. Some people love knowing exactly where they're going and what they're doing each day. Some people, and Phil and me are really bad for this, just wake up and kind of go, let's see where the world takes us each day. And sometimes you find a gem, sometimes you don't. But that's part of the charm of kind of going off and exploring by yourself, isn't it?
It
So it's
is.
nice to know, like you say, that whichever one you pick, you still have that cruise director, or you have that team on board who can still give you those kind of highlights of like, these are really popular places, or if you're interested in finding this cuisine, this is going to be a great place to go out and find that as well. So you've still got that amazing attention to care and attention to service type of thing that, both brands are really well known for, regardless of which option you do choose to go for.
Yeah, definitely. And the Travelmarvel ship, is obviously the four-star version, so it's got slightly more people on board, but you're only
Yep.
talking two people. So there's a
Yep.
maximum of 36 guests with you on this particular ship. So, 34 guests on the luxury
Yeah.
ship, 36 guests on the Travelmarvel ship. So, you're on a true small ship vessel that's going to give you that true small ship experience. You've got a wonderful crew of about 7 on Travelmarvel, and I think it's 8 or 9 on a luxury, where they are multitasking like mad to make sure that everybody is well looked after. Great facilities on board. There is a reception area with a small library. You have got a bar. You have got a main restaurant, an alfresco area of the restaurant. A sun deck with sun lounges, communal areas, as well as obviously lots of different cabins of different shapes and sizes. And that's another sort of key point here, because it is a small ship. It's not the same as when you go on a larger ship, where the cabins are kind of, a certain grade of cabin will be, the 20 cabins will all be the same shape and size. These cabins are all slightly different depending on their square footage. Some might have portholes, some might have picture windows. They'll be sort of split over the 3 or the 4 decks, depending on the vessel that you're on. So again, it does vary depending on which ship you choose, and obviously what your budget or your price point is as well, because obviously the higher up the ship you go, the more cost there is in terms of the cabin, because you normally get a better position to see the scenery, and of course, slightly larger viewing windows as well.
Yeah, no, it sounds amazing. And I think as well, we can't stress enough as well, just that Croatia as a backdrop as well is such an incredible part of the world to kind of visit as well. So to have kind of this little base to go to as well. But what are some of the highlights, I guess, of kind of one of the itineraries they could do? Or can you explain, is there a difference between the ports that you may visit on the 2 different brands?
So the ports for both brands are very similar, although the APT luxury ports, there are more of them. The itineraries are slightly longer, and you can also incorporate Croatia with Montenegro as well with the APT luxury style of travel. So you
Nice.
can actually
Yeah.
sail into the Bay of Kotor. The Lady Eleganza is the only ship of her size that's permitted to sail into the bay because of her safety navigational equipment, etc. So that's an amazing experience, and that's what you get with the luxury product. But when it comes to, generally with the Travelmarvel product, you are going to be normally starting in Dubrovnik or Apatia in the north. So you would fly into Zagreb and travel down to Apatia, and then you would spend the night in Apatia on board the ship, have your captain's welcome on board, etc. It's centrally docked, so there's lots of pharmacy shops, cafes and bars, etc. close by. So if you are there early, you can obviously just chill, have a coffee, etc., because the check-in time again for a small ship is slightly later than you would find on a traditional river cruise or an ocean cruise. The check-in time is 4 o'clock on our small ship cruises. So there is a group transfer that we do from Zagreb down to Apatia. But if you do have to wait half an hour or so before the cabin's ready, then you're centrally located and you can obviously just enjoy a coffee whilst you wait. And then once you set sail from Apatia, you're going to see a number of amazing Dalmatian islands, some of them including Kirk, Viz. You've got some of the ones that are sort of still uninhabited. They are it's not completely uninhabited, but for example, Viz was the Croatian, the Yugoslav army used it as a base, and then they left in 1989. So the island's just been left, and it's very pristine. It's the most remote island within the Dalmatian Islands, and you'll do the most amazing scenic drive around this island. So you've got islands that are very remote and very untouched with pristine beaches, and then you've got other islands that have got incredible history and architecture, culture, and you're going to do walking tours, and you're going to go and see, the churches, see the local towns, meet the local people, and the ship will be docked nearby. So, as well as the main Adriatic coastline, where you've also got Zadar, and you've also got the Krka National Park and Scenic, and of course the wonderful Pearl of the Adriatic, Dubrovnik. You've got a number of incredible islands that you're going to be able to visit as well. And those ocean swims, dropping anchor and being able to enjoy those ocean swims in that beautiful water. Now, of course, at the beginning and the end of the season, the water, it might not be suitable for ocean swimming. So do bear that in mind. But during the peak season, of course, you're
Yeah.
going to be able to take advantage of those ocean swims. But they're always at captain's discretion, because they're always obviously guided by health and safety. So it always depends on the weather and the water temperature, etc. But, if you're traveling with luxury, we do have paddle boards on board, so you can enjoy, paddle boarding within the ocean.
Amazing.
And then on the Travelmarvel ship, again, because this is 4-star, they don't have paddle boards, but you still get to do those ocean swims and have that opportunity from the ship's rear swimming or bathing platform. So there's a number of incredible sights that you're going to see. I mean, the Krka National Park is one. You'll get to walk over the wooden boardwalks and see all those incredible waterfalls. We actually go to the Krka National Park as well slightly later in the day. So we go after all the ocean liner guests have been and gone, which
Yes.
makes it a lot less crowded, and you can enjoy the experience a lot better. So we'll do a trip to Scenic first of all, where you'll be able to spend some time, and then the 20-minute short drive by coach to the Krka National Park for the excursion after those ocean guests have been and gone. So it makes for just a much nicer, more relaxed experience.
Yeah. I definitely will say that. I did notice when we were there, this would be lovely if it wasn't as busy. And then as kind of the day was going on and more of the ocean ships were leaving, you did see then that the atmosphere was kind of winding down. It was becoming a much more sophisticated kind of, dining environment and sitting in cafes and things like that. And that's where I got so inspired by being in Dubrovnik and Split type of thing, and just kind of seeing these cities come to life in the evenings. And I can imagine, having that kind of doorstop, entry to kind of into these beautiful towns and cities and everything.
Yeah.
To be able to enjoy the nightlife and experience kind of the later hours in these cities would be absolutely incredible. And that's what inspired me anyway. And that's why I fell in love with that region and set a passion to want to kind of explore more of it. And I think this is such a wonderful way to do it, as you say, to kind of go off and see those smaller islands, those smaller off the beaten path places, so you are getting that very authentic experience. But then even then, as you say, Dubrovnik and all the large cities as well still hold so much of their culture intact as well. So it's a very, very wonderful region to explore, where you're getting a beautiful kind of authentic experience, regardless of the size of the town you go into.
Yeah, 100%. And you also get your excursions as well. So, of course, you're going to be able to walk along those, limestone alleys in the old town and feel like you're on the Game of Thrones, and, just see the sea, see the sea from the old city, etc., and have those experiences. And again, then return to your ship, which is docked very, very close by, and enjoy the evening's festivities, go out, see the sights, enjoy the Croatian hospitality, come back, have that sundowner on the sun deck before you then go to bed on your ship. It really is the most incredible experience. And I think people are now really starting to, yes, ocean cruising is amazing. I mean, I am an ocean cruiser as well as I, work for APT Travelmarvel, and we don't sell large scale ocean cruising. I love ocean cruising, and I think it's wonderful. But also these smaller vessels, they just give you a different perspective, and they give you a different experience. And the price point is phenomenal. It depends again on what your budget is and what you're looking for in terms of inclusions. But, the Princess Eleganza, our Travelmarvel vessel, is incredible value for money. And when you look at the cost of, the Croatian holidays and even sort of, going on city breaks to Dubrovnik, it's quite expensive. I think Croatia is obviously, extremely popular at the moment, very, very trendy. And of course, the price just gets driven up, supply and demand. That's what we're in, unfortunately. But when you look at small ship yacht cruising, the value for money is still there. You're still going to be able to do all these incredible, towns, villages and cities on this wonderful vessel with, food, with a number of drinks, with the guidance of a cruise director and a fantastic crew. And it's just going to be incredible value for money when you break it down day by day on what you're paying per person per night, compared to, going and doing a land stay option.
No, definitely. And we're very passionate, I think, at Magical Traveller, it's saying to people that cruising, whether it's river, ocean, small ship, is the best value for money you can have for your holidays type of thing. When you think of all the amazing inclusions of just even at kind of the entry level point of just your full board cruise and kind of all that amazing entertainment amenities you get. But then also if you think of like brands like yourselves where you've got kind of those extras included as well, like your excursions, your, wine pairings and food and meals and all that type of stuff. And you get the cruise director to kind of guide you and hold your hand throughout your tour. All the extra bits you can bolt on and get included type of thing. It just gives you an amazing value for money to see some of the best destinations in the world. So definitely. And like I say, I'm completely convinced that this is the best way to explore kind of that coastline and to kind of get a view in. And I was thinking about it if we came in via ocean to do Dubrovnik and it was lovely and I had an amazing time, but I was so jealous of everybody who were going out on their ships and having that panoramic view of sailing around the outskirts of Dubrovnik to really just take in how incredible that old town city of Dubrovnik is. So to be able to do that, but then to be able to do in the evenings as well, with kind of all the evening lights twinkling type of thing and seeing all that hustle and bustle of the nighttime culture.
Yeah.
I was sold that second. I was like, I want to come back and do this. So this is how I want to do it. So no, completely convinced it's an incredible way to do it.
Definitely, yeah. And like I say, since we've launched it, it has been very, very popular, but we still do have availability for 2024. It is more restricted. It is definitely very, very popular at the moment. However, there is still availability out there. So for anybody that's interested in small ship yacht cruising, I would, urge them to reach out to you, Kieran, and just say, what dates have we got available? Because, number one, it's incredible value for money. We have 2 styles of travel. So it depends on what your requirements are. And it, like you say, is the best way to see this region. You can't do what you're doing on these itineraries on larger ships. It's a true small ship experience. And again, I don't think many people realise that APT and APT Travelmarvel actually have this product. So, please do reach out to Kieran and get booked up because it's such an incredible experience.
Definitely. Guys, if you are interested in learning more, you can definitely find it all on the website. It's under magical-traveller.com. Look at the menu tab and click on cruise, and then there'll be a section there called small ship cruising or yacht cruising. Click on that, and then you can see the 2 different options then between APT and Travelmarvel, and then you can find all the details there as well about sailing on these incredible ships in this beautiful region as well. And then I can help you as well find amazing sailing and just hold your hand in working out which ship is the best for you as well. If you're not sure whether you want to go for kind of APT and go for that 5-star luxury, or whether you want that premium 4-star experience, I can help guide you through that journey as well. But Becky, once again, thank you for coming on and sharing a little bit more with us about kind of APT Travelmarvel and your small ship experiences. It's always a pleasure having you with us as well. And I'm sure you're going to be back with us again soon, sharing more of the amazing products with APT and Travelmarvel as well.
Oh, thanks, Kieran. Thanks very much for having me today.
No worries. All the best, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye. I hope